Alright, what's up everyone? This is the Nine Shark Man here with some updates. Today I competed in Battle Road, my first Battle Road. It's my first actual live tournament. And I went 1 win, 4 losses, and dropped the tournament because I would like to stay a little bit longer, but I had a couple friends there. They're kind of bored and hungry. So we decided to just leave. I wasn't going to win anything. I wound up winning my last match too, so it's not like, and I'd already said I was going to drop, but I'd already been assigned to a spot, so that's kind of where I screwed. Just a couple other updates. I'm now in college. I've moved to my dorm. I don't think I can do videos that often anymore. I'll just have to see how that goes. I still have a few Skyrim things backed up. I'm not really sure what otherwise. I have a couple of TCG matches like this one. So I'll do what I can. I'm not sure how well it'll go, though. Also, I'm having issues connecting to the Minecraft server, so I can't really do any more of those very easily. And I also can't connect to TCGO, so I can't do any of those either. So I'm sorry, I'll try and get these working, but yeah, I'll see what I can do. Without further ado, this is an interesting match. I gotta say, it starts off, I got Zekrom, which is better start. I've had much worse, especially today. So I choose Tails, go first, which actually did not happen at all at Battle Roads. I went second every time, flipped Tails for every flip, the entire day. Then I immediately end, because I need cards. I get the Raikou. I think I drop it. I'm not entirely sure, but I know his deck. He's got the Aggron Mill deck. So that is not a happy, fun time for me. I can't really do too much with this hand the way it is, so I might... I'm just talking to my opponent here, and I think I'm just going to end my turn. I don't think I dropped the Raikou. No, I'm Ultra Balling. I'm ditching the JElite and the EXP share because I'm not going to need them. I'm going to get some mill deck. They're not going to attack me ever. They're never going to knock me out, so I just ditched them then. And so he benches 2 Stabilize, which is the engine of the deck for sure. And then passes. So that's great for me. I'm telling him Durant was one of my favorite decks to play. It was an absolute blast. He says he's not playing Durant, but that's not really that surprising. Durant dead. So I Juniper, which I probably shouldn't have done, but I kind of want to get set up, even though I really shouldn't bother. If I was smart, I would have loaded up Zekrom and just went at it. That's it. Just manually set up Zekrom and just smashed as many things as I possibly could, and that's it. Attack the active every turn. Take as many prizes as fast as I can, and that's it. So, if he can't retreat here, I can knock out that Larion, which is fantastic. But he might have a switch, he might have Darkrai, Dark Energy, so it's hard to tell. He goes out in Junipers, so he's pretty much guaranteed to get a lot. He got the switch, so that thing's hiding, and he switches. He pulls a switch back, and I didn't see the other one. Or maybe he didn't. No, I'm confused. I'm so confused right now. I have no idea what's happening. He just Ultra Balled for a Pokemon. Don't get to see what. I don't think he played it down either. I feel like this narration's dying now. Now he pull out, I think, for the 2 cards that just appeared on screen, and I forgot what they were. Random Receiver and one other thing. So I get my second eel. I think I just Heart Attach and... did I Heart Attach the turn? I hope I did. And I just go for the Bolt Strike for KO. So I got I got the first prize, turn 3. He immediately revives it. So that's not a huge deal to me. I mean, it's great if I get rid of them all, but he probably plays like 2 plus Super Rods and probably like at least 2 revives, so it's not a huge deal. that he got it back. I probably wouldn't be able to get rid of it for too long anyway. So it goes in random receivers for an N, which fine by me. I don't really care that much. More cards in my deck, which is fine. I'm pretty much set up unless he starts crushing hammering me. He catches up the eel, which is perfectly fine. He put me into 2 switches. So I do not care at all that electric is right there. I play 4 switch in this deck, which is important. Do remember that, 4 switch. And which is fantastic, but at the same time, I have to be certain I can get a KO if I use it. So I started attaching energy to Raikou so I can use him. And I knock out the next Sableye. So I'm off to a great start. He hasn't milled anything off my deck. I got 2 prizes. I'm doing phenomenal. He heavy balls, so that's 1 Aggron. I lost 3 cards right there. There they are. And that's kind of bad. I want to keep my ends. And if a Violite, or maybe I read that upside down. So Defolition Sprays. Plays it again, that's 3 more cards, so he got 6 in 1 turn so far. 2 more than Durant. Random receivers, he gets an N, top decks it. Then I assume he's going to play it. Tool Scrapper, I don't really care. The Violite isn't that big of a thing for me. The more he does that, the less energy I need as a whole to be able to knock him out, because he does not attack me, period. That's not how the deck works. He catches out another eel, but because he had the N, I lost the switch, so that sucks. He Defolition Sprays again and plays it back down. That's 9 cards in a turn. So people see this as like a really bad gimmick deck, but as you can see, and he just Defolition Sprayed again, so he can do it again next turn. This is a very effective mill deck, and extremely effective. You can get 9 cards in 1 turn, and then if you junk hunt, get 2 more Defolition Sprays, you get 9 more the next turn. The turn after that you can only get 6, but still, that is phenomenal. I can't stress that this deck is, despite how clunky it can be, it is a great and powerful deck as long as your opponent doesn't have catcher. I'm forced to attach the active because that's all I can do, and I decided to Dynamotor to Raikou. I probably should have sent it to the other electric because he's gonna start catching out my electrics and just screwing me over because of that. There's the catcher again. Pulls up my other one, and I realized my mistake immediately, but it was too late there to do anything about it. So he ran a receivers, gets a Sharon, like alright. So he goes ahead and plays, gets a full hand, evolves, so I lose 3 more. I think he just junk hunts for here. That's what it's called, junk hunt, right. Pokedex. I forgot what Pokedex does. I don't think I even pull it up, so I can't even check. But I didn't really care. I think you look at your top cards and rearrange them. So he Defolition Sprays and I think evolves again, or if not, he already did. So I think I attached the active, and I Dynamotor to the benched, so I cannot be catchered out again. I think I might Super Rod. No, I don't think I have enough Pokemon. I looked to see if I have enough Pokemon, and I have 2, so I decided to save it for later. If he discards any more Pokemon, I can put more back into my deck, which is great. 3 more cards for him to discard, that's 1 more evolution. So he devolves, evolves, and that's actually all he can do that turn for that. Unless he can devolve again, set him up for next turn, which is what he's going to do. But he can't any Junipers, so he discards the Aggron he just picked up. Not what I would have done at all. So I'm looking through his discard. I think he has 1 in there only. I have 11 cards left. I realize I am in a bit of a spot. I still have 4 prizes to take. I have no energy in my hand. I think I should check my switches pretty soon. I don't want to place another Pokemon because he'll just get catchered out. Here I get to retreat, finally. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I think I Dynamotor back onto Electric. Yeah, I don't know why I moused over Raikou. It is not what I want to put up. I'd rather I put it right back on the Eel, which is probably the best move I can do. Yep, right back on. So if he catches it, I can retreat, Dynamotor back on. I am now catcher-proof. I think I count the damage, and I think I have either plus power for the KO or Bolt Strike. So I think I have plus power Outrage. I'm debating shuffling in the Zekrom here. I decide against it. Check again for the Super Rod. Then I think I just plus power. Oh, I shuffle it in. Okay. I probably should have said that. Not a huge deal. It's just one more card for me to draw. And I Bolt Strike. So I could have just Outraged, but I realized if I'm going to kill anything bigger, I'm probably going to need more. So I got Mewtwo, which is the ideal card for this if I got it way earlier and I would have thought it out. And you just stack up as much energy as you can and just start one-shotting everything. That's all you do. Just one lone Mewtwo. This deck does not attack, period. Well, it can, and it's not a bad idea to. If you confuse right me here, anywhere, any time during this, I probably would have just died immediately. This is also the first time I faced this deck. I've seen it, I know how it works, and it's hard to deal with. I now have enough to Super Rod myself. I just checked. And then he ends me, so that sucks. I lost my Super Rod. It would have been better to play it while I had it, but I didn't expect an end. I probably should have. But I got another Pecom and a Raikou EX that I don't want to play because I don't want to have to be responsible retreating it. I think I attached to Raikou and just Outrage for KO. Yep, that's it. Just trying to keep as many cards in play as I possibly can. And he starts milling my deck a little bit more. I think I check how many cards I have left pretty soon, so I'm getting really thin. There goes my Mewtwo. I don't really need it though, so yeah. I'm debating benching it or shuffling it in. I think I decide against it. What I want to do is if I played that and shuffled it in, I'd have one more turn to KO something. But I can't shuffle it in for some reason. I don't have any cards left in my deck, but he has no way to get anything else. Oh, like he can't get another Aggron that turn, I don't think. But I could buy myself one more turn, which is just what I need to get one more prize. So I lose technically, but I should have won that match in the end. I think I just outraged the KO and then I lose. I play it out anyway because it's just literally one turn. But I just outrage for 100, take the KO, and then I'm one prize short because I'd have one more turn. He never plays any other Aggrons this turn, proving that he does not have any more. He does switch, but if I had Bolt Striked, it doesn't matter. I could have been able to Bolt Strike, or if I Bolt Striked, I would have been able to outrage for the KO, I believe. So, yeah. So that was a very close match. Good game to JElite7. If you happen to watch this or ever, great match. Definitely much better than my entire Battle Roads, I gotta say. But, yeah. Oh, should mention when I played at Battle Roads. Well, I'm just talking with him in the chat saying, kinda sucks how that went. But I think I friended him in the end as well, so cool guy. Probably battle him again sometime. But anyway, in Battle Roads, I used Zeals with Terrakion, expecting a good amount of Darkrai Hydreigon. I wound up facing, first match was again a mirror against an eel, but it was an eel variant with Rayquaza EX. And it was ridiculous. This guy had 2 full art Mewtwo's, full art Rayquaza EX, regular. Anyway, I can't afford any of this stuff, so I was like, oh my god. Continuing on though, second match was Garchomp Altaria. He got a turn 2 Garchomp and proceeded to get Altaria's up, and I could not get enough energy to do anything, period. So he was at a point where he's one-shotting my Zekrams by the time I could even attempt to get a Zekrom up and be able to do anything. So that sucked. Match number 3, I was against another Garchomp Altaria deck. It was a bit closer of a match. I took a couple more prizes, but they won in the end. Again, I lost a lot of these matches. The round after that, I was against. It was another Zeals. They catchered up a electric, and for some reason, I only had 2 switch in the deck. It's Zeals with Terrakion. You need 4 switch. Period. Terrakion gets catchered, you're fucked. Eels get catchered, you're fucked. I was, up until then, I thought I was playing 4. Even though I've turned in my deck list, it had 2 on it. I completely forgot that I had 2. I'd switched it from a different variant earlier where you don't need that many switch. Anyway, kind of just flat out ran out of switches. My last one was prized. I went through my deck and eventually decked out because I kept catching up their eels and they couldn't afford to retreat it. They barely got it. Like, they decked me out and I was 1 turn from being able to attach an energy, but they end me. I had 6 prizes left still and 2 cards left in my deck, 4 in my hand. I just drew the 2 cards and I just decked myself out at the end of that turn. So. And finally, my last match was against a very interesting deck. It was a complete gimmick, but I admire this guy. He came in with a deck his friend made for him that morning. And then on top of that, it's a Gothitelle deck, except it's not the standard Gothitelle. I assume it's either Dragon's Exalted. I think it's Dragon's Exalted. But it's 4 flip if you get quad head, or it's 2 flip. If you get double heads, you knock out your opponent's Pokemon immediately. And the other attack is 40 damage plus 20 per on your opponent's bench. So if your opponent has a full bench, it'll pretty much one-shot anything. And if it doesn't, you have a chance of one-shotting anything. So, and it was a very interesting match. I really love this guy's deck. And I won barely because he pretty much could not get any basics. He got a Gothitelle out and was doing good with that. He actually got the double heads first time, and that was apparently the first time all day. We were both 4-0 at that point, so that was kind of bad. But he got double heads immediately, and then he only had Deino on the bench. So this deck had Gothitelle, the newest one, I believe, Hydreigon, Darkrai, and I think there's one other thing, but I'm forgetting it. No, that was it. And it was just so complicated. It just was too clunky to quite survive, but it was a really cool idea, I gotta say. And if I can build it online, I'll build it and show you guys, assuming I can get back online. I also traded in some cards, and I managed to pull Kyogre EX in real life. That's quite badass, one of my favorite Pokemon. And I got more stuff from my EV collection. Hope this whole update thing didn't bore you guys too much. I'm not huge on it, but first tournament went horribly, but I had blasts. Brought a couple friends with me. 2 of them were kind of bored because they didn't compete. The other one's card guy as well, so he went ballistic. He was awesome. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Hopefully it's not too far from now.